Well, thanks for logging on, everyone. It's been a while since I've done a vlog on here, but the main reason for this video, for this upload, is just to give you a bit of a recap on the 5-hour NHS live stream, to just let you know how it went, how much we raised. I've also got 3 key questions that didn't actually get covered in the live stream. Huge apologies to those people that sent those 3 messages in. There were so many questions, even our guest anglers just never got a chance to answer those questions. So there are 3 key issues that are all related to our feeder fishing, and I'm sure you'll be interested to hear the answers to those about the kind of things that I do in my fishing, but they're very much tattle and fishing related, so you might be interested in those. And I've also got news about a brand new channel that I've launched right here on YouTube. I get asked all the time about uploading videos, putting videos together, how we work things on social media, how we help promote videos, how we edit, how we upload, and how do you create a channel as well. So I've launched a new channel and I'll tell you a little bit about that in a little while. So the NHS fundraiser, thank you so much to everybody who logged on. It was a mammoth 5-hour long live stream, in case you missed it. We had several guest anglers on as well, and they were kindly there to offer their time. We had half an hour with each angler, and they were just answering your questions that you were commenting in the live chat down the side of the screen. So thank you to everybody who logged on. Thank you obviously to the guest anglers. If any of you are watching, it was really appreciated, and thank you for just getting involved in the Q&A. And obviously thank you to everyone who kindly donated money that's obviously gone to the NHS. Now the final figure, or up to the time of filming, I actually set a target of £600. We surpassed that quite early on, and the figure at the moment of filming is £1,875. Thank you so much to everyone who's donated. That is not the final tally, because the video that I uploaded right here on YouTube on this channel to advertise that live stream, I'm actually donating all the AdSense or the ad revenue money from that video, so that tally will actually go up depending on how many views that video gets. So the live stream is still right here on this channel if anybody wants to watch that. It is 5 hours long. And I know a lot of people did sit all the way through the live stream as it happened, so thank you very much to those people that did that. But the video is still there for you to watch, and I know some people are actually watching it in installments, because obviously it is 5 hours long, which is a bit of a marathon. And all the chat is still there in the feed as well, so if you want to see the questions and just the interaction that everyone that we had with everyone during the feed, then that is all there on this channel for you to watch. And the advertisement video which advertised that the live stream was going to happen is still there, and the more people that watch that, the more AdSense, the more revenue will be generated for the NHS. So you might want to have a look at that video, because that will obviously help the performance of that video and raise a little bit more. So on June the 6th, that will be exactly 1 month since the live stream. I'm going to show you a screenshot on this channel of the actual revenue that was generated from that video, and that amount is what I'm going to donate as well to the final tally for the NHS, so I'll be able to give you a grand total then of what was raised. So thank you everybody who got involved in that in every shape and form. It was massively appreciated, and yeah, long may it continue. Now, new channel news for you. Loads of people have been asking me ever since I first started uploading videos on this channel 4 years ago, whatever it was. I used to get asked all the time about how to put videos together. Now, as you can imagine, at the time of filming, we are currently in isolation. We're still on some form of lockdown right here in the UK, just like many other anglers are, and many viewers are from different locations all around the world. That has given lots of people time to just kind of look at just digital things within our fishing. A lot of people have been filming little rigs and tips videos and things like that, and as you can appreciate it, you know, a lot of them do want to upload those to Facebook and social media platforms, which is great. But obviously, as you can imagine, just like the way that I've done it, they want to upload it onto some sort of a platform that's going to that lots of people can see, and just kind of build some sort of a library of these videos, and YouTube is the perfect platform for that. I've had a plan in place for about nearly 2 years now to set up a different channel that was going to share a lot of the tips and tricks and just share lots of the knowledge that I've gained just through launching this channel. There are lots of things revolved, you know, around running a channel like this. There's obviously the filming of the videos, there's the editing of them, all the different types of software, there's putting them together and actually uploading them to YouTube, and then there's the other things about how you actually try and build a community within YouTube and just attract viewers like yourself, and, you know, design content that people want to see. So I've set a channel up specifically for that sort of a thing. It's right here on YouTube, it's free for anyone to watch, and it's called Jamie Digital. I'll put the link underneath this video for you. It's brand new, it's only about a week old. We have got some subscribers there already, so thank you very much if you are some of them. But if you're interested in that sort of thing, if you're interested in how a lot of social media works, are you interested in a lot of software about, you know, how to operate Zoom for the live feeds, if you're interested in any business online skills, all the skills that I've had to learn and put together in order to create my business, then that might be a channel that you're interested in, you know. And I'm also going to be on that channel, I'm also going to be sharing with you some of the statistics from that actual channel itself. So the channel is only 1 week old, and what I'm going to be doing periodically is showing you how much revenue, when it starts earning revenue, how much revenue has actually been generated from that channel, and I'll be showing you the things that I'm going to be doing to try and make that channel a success as well. So you get to follow the journey of the channel, where I can show you exactly how many views are being generated, where they're being generated, and how they're being generated. So if you're interested in setting up a channel, or if it's just something you're interested in, then please head over to Jamie Digital and just subscribe and hit notifications bell, and that way you'll be kept up to date with all the future videos. A very exciting new project. Now, the 3 questions that I'm sure some of you are dying to hear, they are, a lot of people would class them as quite basic questions, but they are questions that kind of, they're very much at the core of our fishing. You know, these 3 topics are very important when we talk about our feeder fishing. So the first one was really, like I say, I apologise to anybody, to the person who posted this question, but I have been asked about this several times before. And the first one was just about matching reels to rods. Okay, it's very basic stuff, but because it's basic, that means that it's very kind of at the heart of all our fishing. So every time we go fishing, we're using a rod and we're using a reel. Now, if you can get the basics right, then you know, your mind's free then to think about the more specific things in fishing, you know, the more detailed stuff about feeding and all that sort of stuff. So I get asked a lot about what size reels I use with each rod. Okay, now I'll keep it really simple for you, because I keep it simple for myself. You could put any reel on any rod, but obviously you want to try and match it so it's really nicely balanced. Now for me, I use a 3000 reel. The only reels I use now are the Matrix Horizon range, but the size of reels relate to reels across the board no matter what brand they are. Okay, so I use a 3000 reel with rods up to 11 feet long. Okay, so if it's a 9-foot rod, a 10-foot rod, an 11-foot rod, I use a 3000 size reel. I then step up to a 4000 reel, which is what I generally use with 12-foot rods. Okay, now I'll say these in metric for you, if that's the right way around for you. The 11-foot rod is 3.3 meters, the 12-foot rod is 3.6 meters, and then I step up to a 5000 size reel when I use rods that are 13 foot and longer, which is 4 meters. Okay, simple as that. So 3000 reel up to an 11-foot rod, a 4000 reel for the 12-foot length rods, and then a 5000 reel for the 13-foot rod. Simple as that. There might be the odd occasion when I might change it slightly. For example, I might use a 5000 reel on a 12-foot rod, but that tends to be when I'm on rivers, you know, or I'm fishing an island, and that's because a 5000 reel has got lots of winding, cranking power. And sometimes you need that when you're not necessarily casting a long way. You might be on a river, but you need that winding power because you're winding heavier feeders back and hopefully fish as well. So that might be the only time that I change that, you know, that combination. So I hope that helps you out with that. But just keep it nice and simple. There's no need to complicate things. And the second question was really about tip choice. Now, lots of people are always asking about tips, selecting the right tip for the right occasion, for the right day, for the right venue, for the right sort of fishing. Now, as a general rule, I like to use the softest tip that I can get away with, alright? And when you get to your peg, if it's a still water, for example, if you're not sure what weight tip to use or what strength tip to use, the best thing, best bit of advice I can give you is just from what I learned, and that is when you get to your peg, set your box up, set your rod rests up and everything. Most people have got the rods already set up in their bag anyway, in a ready rod bag. So if the rods are already set up and you think the tip that you've got in it is okay, the one that's already in and set up, and you want to find out if it is alright, just clip a bomb on. This is while you're tattling up. Just clip a bomb on and cast the bomb out to where you expect to be fishing on that particular rod. Just tighten up to the bomb and put the rod down on the rest, and then carry on setting the rest of your gear up, because straight away that initial cast is going to let you know if that tip is strong enough to get out to where you want to be. And what it's also going to do is, because it's a bomb, it's obviously, you can legally do that. You're not breaking any rules in matches and things because it's only a bomb. But the other thing it's going to do is, while you're setting your side tray up and all that sort of stuff, you're going to be able to have a look at the tip in a 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes time, and you'll be able to tell if it's bent round, if it's not bent round. If there's a lot of toe on there and the tip is too soft, then that is when that's going to tell you if that's right or not, okay? And that's the time when you can change it. You don't want to be finding this out during the match, because it's going to mean downtime in the match. It's going to upset the rhythm of your routine during that match, and it's wasted time. If you can find this out before the match, then that's the time to do it. The other thing you need to think about with your tip choice is, yes, there might not be much toe, but the further out you go, the really stronger tip that you need, because you need a bit of poke to get the rig out there. So if you are going out to 50, 60, 70 meters, and it might be flat calm, there might not be any toe, you don't want to be doing that with a 1 ounce tip. You need to be stepping that up to a 2 or 3 ounce tip, depending on the type of tip that it is. Some manufacturers are different. You will find that some tips by one manufacturer, when they're marked up at say 3 ounce, compared to a 3 ounce tip from another manufacturer's rod, it might appear different. So it's very much trial and error, but as regards just knowing your kit, okay? So the further out you're going to go, generally you need to use a stronger tip. And the other thing you need to think about is if you're using a shock leader. This is a problem that, I found out the hard way. Back 8 years ago, I was using two 12-foot rods, identical rods, beautiful rods, they were brilliant. But when I started fishing with braid, I started getting 1 or 2 problems with them. It was fine with mono because I wasn't using any sort of shock leaders, but when I switched over to braid, whilst the action of the rods and everything and the length of the rods was ideal, I really loved the balance of the rods, the eyes were too small for a shock leader to go through quickly and at speed on the cast. So just have a look at the types of tips that you got. Some tips will be ideal as regards the sensitivity and the colour and all that, all the things that you like, but the eyes might be too small for a knot, a shock leader knot to go through on the cast, and it could cause it's going to reduce the range that you can cast, but it could lead to crack-offs as well. So just have a look at the size of the eyes on the rod if you plan on using shock leaders. And the other question I've been asked about is, I get asked this all the time, and it's about anglers that are looking at fishing with braid and not really knowing when to use braid and when not to use braid. Now, there's no hard or fast rule as regards, the use of braid. I know people that use braid all the time now. I know people that use braid without shock leaders all the time now as well. So it's very much a personal thing. So I can only really give you my own opinion from my own experiences as regards using braid. Now, the key question that a lot of people ask me is, do I use braid on a short line? Now, the only time I would fish braid short, and when I say short, I mean less than 25 meters. I never use braid when I'm targeting carp. I never do that. But if I'm targeting bream, bigger fish, skimmers and that sort of thing, bigger fish at ranges less than 25 meters, then I use mono. And that's because I've found in my experience that braid for those bigger fish on that range, within 25 meters, is just a little bit too harsh. Okay, a lot of the bites at short range can be really positive pulls, and you risk the chance of bumping fish off. So for me personally, if I'm fishing for little fish, roach, fast biting fish, little fish short, then I will use braid, because it's just a lot more direct. It can help you pick up on fast biting fish. Your hitting bites can be much easier, and when you're only catching small fish, the harshness and directness of braid isn't really an issue. But if you're targeting bigger fish, proper bream, that sort of thing, within 25 meters, I always go down the mono route. Now, when you go past 25 meters, I'm happy to use braid in whatever scenario, but that is usually with a shock leader as well. So if I'm going past 25 meters, if I'm targeting bream or anything like that, then I love to use braid where it's allowed. But like I said, even past that range, if I'm targeting carp, I never ever use braid for carp. Always stick to mono. Well, this has been a bit of an update video for you. The sun is shining. We are finally able to go out fishing, so I'm heading off out now to go and do some filming for you. For this channel, I'm going to get out on the bank and do some fishing and filming for you for this channel, and I'm also going to be doing some for my other channel, Patron TV, which is more coaching, tuition style videos. So if you're interested in that, the link is just there for you. That is, I mean, that's been a really important platform through this period, because there's been lots of people, obviously I've had to cancel about 12 or 14 coaching sessions because we haven't been able to go out to do them. But it's meant that those lads that wanted to brush up on little bits of details, any bits, items of kit that they weren't sure about, then that's been a channel where they can just kind of talk about kit and tattle. And we've also been having one-to-one live stream sessions on there as well, which is, you know, a lot of the lads have really enjoyed that. And hopefully it's not going to be long before we can go out and do some proper one-to-one sessions actually out on the bank. So if you're into that sort of thing, the link is just there if you want to check that out. And don't forget, if you're into your digital kind of stuff, if you're interested in uploading videos, then the link is there for you to my new channel, Jamie Digital. It's free to anyone, and that's going to be covering all sorts of things, you know, from how to do live feeds, how to produce videos, all that sort of thing. And like I say, you're going to be seeing the progress of that channel as well, in case that's something that you're interested in. So thanks for watching. Really hope you're all safe and well. I'm heading off out now to go and do some filming for you. If you want to have a look at that coaching channel, the link is just there for you. And don't forget to hit subscribe if you want to be kept in the loop with all these fresh videos that are coming out now. We can get back out on the bank filming. So stay safe, and I look forward to seeing you all in the next video.